Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my short segment, Coffee with Tony, here on the Truth That Heals podcast. Today, I wanted to talk all about forgiveness. Forgiveness, it's a word that we hear very often, and if you have been a part of a community, it is something that you might have had to exercise at some point dealing with people. Either you have to forgive someone or you need to ask forgiveness, or you don't have to if you don't want to. But today I just wanted to kind of give a little reflection of what forgiveness looked like because inside of the cult, there was two phases to it. The first one was the member. You're supposed to ask for forgiveness, but wrapped with that was a humongous layer of guilt and shame. And not only that, but you were also supposed to beg for forgiveness. The second part of it is the superior's version of forgiveness. The words "I'm sorry," it didn't exist. In actuality, when the superiors or the cult leaders when they would really make my life a living hell and I would express like, wow, like why are you doing this to me? Instead of saying we're sorry or instead of saying hey, we apologize, they would double down and they would say you're supposed to carry your cross. Or they'll say something like, oh, this was just a test. God put us in this position so that we can help you be more humble, and you failed the test. Now, here is the disconnect. For members, you are expected, even when you're not guilty of doing anything wrong, you are expected to say, I'm sorry. You are expected to beg. You are expected to lower yourself so much. That's what they want. And I feel honestly that they get a kick out of it. They get off. It's almost like a sexual gratification when they see people really broken and coming back. And sometimes they don't, like I said earlier, they haven't even done anything wrong, but they get a real kick out of it. And I say that because I've been there. I've been the one crying. I've been the one thinking, what did I do wrong? I'll try better. I've been doing my best. And then they'll say, yes, you've been very bad. When in actuality, I'm just being myself. And there's now that I'm a lot older, there is the ability to recognize, okay, when I do something wrong, especially to someone who I care about, yes, I'm going to take accountability and I'm going to apologize and I'm going to say the words, I'm sorry for whatever it is. But I also have the choice not to say that. However, if I really care for the person, I'm going to want to fix that relationship, especially if I know that I hurt them. But with these cult leaders, these cult superiors, it wasn't like that. It was they'll make you feel guilty for even things that you didn't do wrong. They'll make you feel like the ability to have a happy life, a peaceful life, is no longer possible because you've done the worst thing. So, again, for you as a member, you are expected to really just lower yourself, to be in complete sorrow. And that's how I was at times, many times. But then I noticed, I see that these superiors are doing worse things. Okay, like what was it that I would do? Okay, I would be sleepy in prayer. And it's like, wow, the end of the world. My gosh, you were sleepy or you were a minute late. And we would sleep only 3 hours. So I don't want people to say, oh, well, you were sleepy. Yeah, you needed to get punished. No, 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 no. That's bullshit. That's religious and spiritual abuse. And the sad thing is that there are a lot of spiritual religious people who will say, "Oh, well, if you were sleepy, then yeah, you should be punished." No, this is just a wrong type of thinking. Because with the superiors, when they will gaslight you, they will lie to you, they will punish you. What happens? And not only that, there's even not. I mean, in various cases, we hear stories of abuse, not only physical, but you know what I mean. And many times you'll hear, oh, forgive and forget. You need to practice forgiveness. So the burden is always on the members. So the members have to say you're sorry even when you didn't do anything wrong, and you are supposed to forgive even though the superiors or the abuser isn't even sorry. So this is something that has happened not only in the cult that I was in, but all over. And you can probably think of examples where you, for doing like the smallest thing, maybe you dressed in a way that wasn't perfect, or maybe you watched TV for 10 seconds, or you had a sip of wine, or you drank coffee. All these little things, they'll make a big deal out of it, but when they are the ones to cause the pain, cause the trauma, cause the heartaches, they're not going to take accountability. They're not going to have the guts to say, you know what, we're sorry and we're going to change things or we're going to do something. You don't hear that. You hear instead, you need to forgive. You need to forget about it. And then they'll say, well, if you have forgiveness in your heart, if you have God in your heart, you'll be able to forgive and forget. And it's very hypocritical because when you do some sort of small infraction, small mistake, it's the end of the world. Oh, we got to get the whole crew, everybody come. Everybody sit in a circle. Let's look at Ryan today. Let's see how sorry he truly is. Let's see how humble he truly is. But when it's with their own people, or when it's the main person, are they going to do that? Are they going to go in front of everybody and say, you know what, I'm sorry, I did this? No. And I want to give a quick example just to really end it. I'm trying to keep Coffee with Tony, this little segment, quite short. But I want to give an example of a friend of mine. I'm not, of course, not going to say the name or place, but a member from the cult slapped her across the face. Why? She told me, I don't want to give too many, because of jealousy. So she gets slapped in the face because this other person was jealous. Okay, so then after that, my friend did not want this person going anywhere near her. That person, I want her out, get her out of here, get her out of my face. What was the mentality of the other cult members? The mentality was, yo, sis, you need to forgive and forget. Why? Her question was, why do I need to forgive and forget? One, she slapped me in the face. Two, she never said, I'm sorry. And three, where's the accountability? So I remember this conversation with this friend of mine where it's like, it's easy for them to put that burden on you, the victim, or you, the person who is just a member. It's easy for them to tell you to, one, say sorry, and two, to just forgive. And so they were giving her a bit of a hard time, to my friend. Like, how can you not forgive and forget? And my friend's response was, I forgive this person. I choose to. It's my right to forgive or not to forgive. But to forget, I don't know about that. But you know what I do know is that I have the freedom, I have the ability to set up boundaries. So my boundary is that I'm not going to allow this person anywhere near me. If you say that's not forgiveness, if you say, oh, that's not being truly God-fearing or whatever, too bad. This is my condition. I forgive that person, but she is not going to come anywhere near me. And that's her right. That is holding someone accountable. And also, I think forgiveness is a power that we have. We don't have to just give it to anybody. And sometimes people in not only in cults, but in communities and society, they'll guilt trip you into thinking, oh, you didn't forgive them? Oh, like, wow. Oh, you must be a very bitter person. Because the expectation is, oh, just forgive and forget, and everything will be la, 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 la. It's not like that. I think, like I said, forgiveness is a power, it's a gift, and we can choose how to use it. And that's all I have to say. If you have any comments, own opinions, let me know in the comments or hit me up on social media. And I'm not here trying to put people down, put people, make people feel ashamed. I'm just trying to help people recognize that forgiveness, it's a beautiful thing. But to force someone to forgive, I think that's a violation of a person's freedom. That's just my take. But anyways, I hope you all have a good day. If you'd like to buy me some more coffee, please go ahead and buy me one at buymeacoffee.com/truth that 87 and have a good day. Peace, y'all.